Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hugging My Chaos. And welcome back to Journaling Thoughts. Welcome back to the first episode of season 5, where we're about to get more personal and deep. But I think it's going to be helpful for all of us, and it's definitely has helped me learn about my patterns too, my mentality, and how I can be aware of that, be aware of that. Today's topic, I want to talk about external happiness. How it's so easy to find happiness or to let our happiness depend on every single factor. It's a habit that we have of letting our happiness be on everyone else's hand. And why this is important, why it's important to take back your power and acknowledge that it all comes from, you already know, within. So let's get started and see a pretty good example of March 9th, 2019. And it's the title is Good Morning. How? And basically it starts like this. Well, I'm gonna tell you like the good part. I get pimples because of my stress, which creates even more stress. We have to wait for my mom. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn in the question for English. It was due yesterday at 11:59. Oh well, I'll turn it in later. Oh yeah, my dad kept waking us up because he had to eat bread. See? I'm getting stressed again. Yesterday I decided I was gonna be and change my mood just for today, but my sister was in a bad mood, which was difficult. I'm gonna blur out the names, so I'm not gonna say the names. I'm just gonna call them something differently, okay? Paola wanted to tell me something bad that happened, and I refused to listen to her. Still a good day. Pablo said that I won't fight him because I can't fight. I'm too girly, etc. Still a good day. Lunch was hella boring because Catherine was talking how she wants to smoke. Still a good day. Boring good day. Fifth was hella boring, but hey, still a good day. Sixth, band was difficult, but still a good day. Then I went with my friend Sarah, and it was so much fun. So I laughed, which was the best time of my life. Then I saw my sister, and it became a bad day again. So basically, this is pretty funny because I one of the things that I've noticed a lot in the journal is that I always come back to trying to pretend to be happy, but without like acknowledging that I'm not. Like lying to myself that hey, like I'm happy, so it's good. I don't know why I feel empty, but the day is good. Like fake toxic positivity, basically. But the thing that I want to talk to you guys about is this: the patterns, the idea that I my emotions were based on how people treated me, what people said about me, how I interacted with others, how other people's energy was. And this is the worst way to get happiness because it's uncontrollable. You cannot control how someone is doing. You cannot control how your sister treats you, how your friend treats you, what people say about you. Because if you cannot control them, the only thing you can do is just go your own way. A lot of these people that are here, not counting my sister, that's just sister problems, like pretty normal. But a lot of people here didn't need to be in my life. It was just a choice that I made and I allowed them to be in my life. Why would I stress over someone who is making, I don't want to say this, but why would I be in a place where I don't feel comfortable? And why would I blame my happiness on them when it was my decision to just be there and show up? Why would I let my day be determined by what everyone says about me or what everyone does? you just can't. That's just the worst equation you can have for happiness, because you're not able to control that. And if you're trying to control that, you will never be happy. You will never be happy. It all comes from the idea that the only things that you are able to control are your reactions and your emotions, your thoughts. That changes the whole game. Once you're aware of your thoughts, and once you're able to manipulate your thoughts into knowing what you're going to focus on, your whole energy, your whole like state, mood changes. If you focus all the time on the negative things in life, all you're going to have is more negativity in your life. If you surround yourself with negative people, all you're going to have are negative experiences. Because I don't know what topic I want to cover right now. I don't know if I want to cover the power of the influences or the power of choice. I think it will be both. I think it will be both. But basically, people that you surround yourself with determine your future. You already heard this phrase that you are the average of the five people you hang around with. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If you hang out with people who are always complaining about life, who are always trying to put you down, if they're always trying to criticize everything about everyone and have this sort of negativity in their lives, you will automatically become this person. Because here you can see that I was trying to have a quote unquote good day. I was trying to enjoy my day. I was trying to enjoy my life. But first of all, I blame it on others. I blame my happiness on others. And second of all, my environment, from what I've seen here, it was pretty negative. Everyone was complaining. Everyone was attacking each other. Everyone was trying to have different goals. How are you able to get out of a certain mental state if you're surrounded by, I don't want to, okay, I'm going to say it, but it's that's not what I mean, right? If you're surrounded by trash mentality, you're not. It's the magnet. The mentality pulls you closer to someone. Like, you start to think like the person that you surround yourself with the most. You start to adopt their perspectives. You start to adopt the way that they think. So that tells me a lot about who you are, and I'm talking to myself right now. But that tells me a lot about who you are. It's easy for you to blame other people for your happiness. It's so easy to put all the weight on your happiness on them than to actually know that it's your responsibility. And if you don't like how those people are making you feel, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to lie to yourself and say it was a good day. No, you gotta take action. If you don't like those type of mentalities, then it's important to get away from those type of mentalities. But how are you going to be able to attract people who think like you if you don't even if you're not even taking responsibility of your own thoughts, if you are blaming other people for your own happiness? Like, that doesn't make sense. Of course, if someone with a positive mentality comes across, like, talks to you, they will automatically run away, because it's so easy for you to blame other people for your happiness. And people who are positive know that the first rule to, like, for optimism or have a positive mentality is to know that it's your fault, it's your responsibility to take care of that. And here in the prompt, I'm basically blaming everyone. I'm basically telling everyone, hey, it's your responsibility to take care of me. If you don't like that, if you don't like how they treat you, if you don't like their mentality, get away from that. Get away from that. It's so easy said than done, but it's just the way to do it. It's like, get away from that. That's number one, the power of your influences. And second of all, you have the choice, which comes again, it's kind of related to the power of your influences, but you have the choice to control your thoughts, to control your environment sometimes. Well, I was in high school, so I had the ability to just control where I hang out. I have the choice to know what conversations I invest in, know what I spend my time in. Like, it's just a matter of choice, but it all starts with the idea that it's your responsibility to take care of you. It's so easy to blame other people, but it's your responsibility to acknowledge that you are the problem of your happiness. If you allow external factors to dictate your life, they will. They will control how you think. They will control every aspect of your life, every aspect of your emotions. And some things you're not able to control. Some things are going to happen to you. There's some things are going to feel pretty rough. But it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility. At the end of the day, even if you had a rough day, even if you have a lot of stress, it's your responsibility to take time for yourself, to check in with yourself, to acknowledge when you're not feeling good, to change your habits that will like make you feel good, to change your thoughts, to be aware of your thoughts, to be aware of your influences. It all comes back to you. It all comes back to how you decide. It all comes back to the choices and the decisions that you make in your life, in your every day in your everyday life. Every single day, the decisions that you make will lead you somewhere else. If here, for example, instead of I started the prompt negatively. I started the prompt saying that I get stressed and stress makes me get pimples and pimples make me more stressed. It's like, oh my god, you're putting your energy somewhere where it doesn't belong. You're putting your energy in everything, in how your face looks and how your friends are, like everything's outside. Everything's outside, and this is such a toxic habit that you have because nothing is gonna change. Life is gonna continue. Those friends are gonna be there. The weather is gonna be there. Like nothing's gonna change. Only your thoughts can change. And if your thoughts change, you've won the game. You've won the game. You just change your mentality. Anytime you start thinking negatively and start to focus on the negative things about life, change your mentality. Pause that mentality. Don't let it play with your head. Don't let it consume you. But it starts from the idea that you are responsible for you. No one is here to help you. No one's here to save you. No one's here to make you happy. Everyone has their own things going on. Everyone should take care of themselves and then connect with other people that also take care of themselves. But it comes from that, like, dude, everyone needs to take care of themselves. No one can make you happy. The world doesn't have to change in order for you to be happy, because if not, you're always gonna be constantly chasing something else, constantly chasing the next thing that will get your heart pumping. And that's when like the domino effects falls, because if you depend on external things, on external people, therefore you're gonna depend on everything. Everything has to change in order for you to be happy. The clothes that you have to change. The people's reaction has to change. Your The environment has to change. Your school has to change. Your everything has to change, and that's not gonna happen. Never, never, never. So you can dwell on the things that doesn't work, or you can start focusing on the things, the little things that you have control over. You can focus on the things that you have control over. And first of all, it all starts with friendships. Leave those friends that don't make you feel like they're adding to your life, that they're adding to your energy, that they're adding to your time. If they're not adding anything, they have to go. But don't blame them. It's not their fault. And that doesn't mean that you're better than them or that you're worse than them. No, it just means that they're different. And if you don't share the same values like them, why stay in a place where you're not learning, you're not growing, and you're just being miserable? But never let your mind tell you that it's their fault that you're miserable. Never, because that's only your fault. That's only your responsibility. So yeah, get rid of those friends and acknowledge that you have the power of your thoughts. Just start by acknowledging your thoughts. You don't have to change your whole life. That takes time. Once you take over your thoughts and become aware of your thoughts and start working on your thoughts, the habits slowly start changing. Of course, you got to be aware of this. It doesn't happen overnight, but just the habits start changing. How you see life start changing. Your everything, your environment, your mood changes, but if I had to give you a baby step, it would just be focus on what you're thinking. Focus on what you're thinking and question your thoughts. Not all the thoughts that you come into your mind are right. Not all the thoughts that you think are right. Some of them are just there to mess up with your life. So just be aware of your thoughts. Don't believe everything your mind tells you. Even when you say that, hey, I'm stressed, okay. Okay, why are you stressed? Is it really something stressful, or am I just lying to myself? Am I just lying to myself and thinking I'm stressed, but in reality I'm just overwhelmed mentally? Because there's a difference. There's a difference. So be aware, acknowledge that difference, acknowledge your thoughts and see which thoughts are actually helpful, which thoughts are actually realistic. Okay? And after you've done that, you acknowledge the after you've done that, acknowledge, or during that process, acknowledge that it's your responsibility, and don't be a coward and don't blame other people for your happiness, because no one has to take care of you. No one owns you anything, and you don't own anyone anything. So it's okay. People take different paths. You don't own anyone anything, and no one owns you anything. So stop taking that shit personal and take control of your thoughts. Start by that. Small steps. Be aware of your thoughts. Period. Period. Yeah. Yeah, because then it becomes like a whole big ball of stress, ball of negative thoughts, and it just becomes so toxic. And you're gonna see, well, you the listener, you're gonna see how toxic that idea of taking things on a extreme level and blaming everything outside of ourselves becomes really toxic, especially in this like journal. This journal, it becomes like a prominent thing, like a prominent pattern of blaming everything outside of us. And yeah, yeah, it's not, that's just the quickest way to feel bad about yourself and to feel miserable. So just be aware of that. And hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you as the listener enjoy this. Sometimes we fall into the trap of blaming everyone and everything that's not in our control, and that creates a lot of misery, because if you cannot change something, all you have is left is misery. All you have is left is just feeling sorry for yourself. But only when you change the story, only when you change the perspective, only when you change the focus on what you actually have the power to control, that's when you change the whole game. That's when the whole game changes, and that's when you take your power back. Okay, that was it. Hopefully you like my journal prompt, and we're definitely gonna learn more. We're definitely gonna see more patterns. But yeah, that's just one of the basic ideas that are gonna be shown throughout the journal. And at the end of the day, it all comes back to that every single time. I'll always say this. It all comes back to taking 100% responsibility of your life. Okay, well, we're gonna see more, we're gonna discover more, we're gonna talk more, and we're gonna learn more. But don't forget to hug yourself, hug that crazy chaos of yours. It's part of the process, but it's your process, it's your responsibility, and you have the control to take over your life. Okay, hug yourself, and I wish you all the best this day. Take care, and I'll see you next week.